8139. What requirement must be met regarding cargo that is carried anywhere in the passenger compartment of an air carrier airplane? A. The bin in which the cargo is carried may not be installed in a position that restricts access to or use of any exit. B. The bin in which the cargo is carried may not be installed in a position that restricts access to or use of any aisle in the passenger compartment. C. The container or bin in which the cargo is carried must be made of material which is at least flash-resistant. The correct answer is B. During normal operations and in the event of an emergency, it is crucial that passengers have unimpeded access to the aisles for evacuation, accessing emergency exits, and moving freely throughout the cabin. Placing cargo bins in positions that block or hinder access to the aisles could impede the safe and efficient evacuation of passengers in case of an emergency. By enforcing the requirement that cargo bins do not restrict access to the aisles, it ensures that passengers can move about the cabin unobstructed, reducing the risk of injuries and facilitating timely evacuation if necessary. This regulation prioritizes passenger safety and the ability to quickly exit the aircraft when needed. 8175. Which restriction applies to a cargo bin in a passenger compartment? The bin A. May have an open top if it is placed in front of the passengers and the cargo is secured by a cargo net. B. Must withstand the load factor required of passenger seats, multiplied by 1.15, using the combined weight of the bin and the maximum weight of the cargo that may be carried in the bin. C. Must be constructed of flame-retardant material and fully enclosed. The correct answer is B. Cargo bins in the passenger compartment are designed to carry cargo securely while maintaining the overall balance and stability of the aircraft. The load factor represents the maximum load or stress that the aircraft structure, including seats and cargo bins, should be able to withstand without failure. By requiring the cargo bin to withstand the load factor required of passenger seats, multiplied by 1.15, it ensures that the bin can handle the additional weight and forces exerted on it during flight. This requirement helps to prevent structural damage or failure of the cargo bin, which could compromise the safety of the passengers and the aircraft. It ensures that the cargo is properly contained and does not pose a risk to the structural integrity of the aircraft during normal flight operations and potential turbulence. 8138. What restrictions must be observed regarding the carrying of cargo in the passenger compartment of an airplane operated under 14 CFR Part 121? A. All cargo must be separated from the passengers by a partition capable of withstanding certain load stresses. B. All cargo must be carried in a suitable flame-resistant bin, and the bin must be secured to the floor structure of the airplane. C. Cargo may be carried aft of a divider if properly secured by a safety belt or other tie down having enough strength to eliminate the possibility of shifting. The correct answer is C. Providing the cargo is restrained to the necessary load factors and is properly secured by a safety belt or other tie down with enough strength to eliminate the possibility of shifting under all typically anticipated flight and ground conditions. Cargo may be carried aft of a bulkhead or divider in any passenger compartment. 8007. Where must the certificate holder keep copies of completed load manifests, and for what period of time? A. 1 month at its principal operations base, or at a location approved by the administrator. B. 30 days at its principal operations base, or another location used by it, and approved by the administrator. C. 30 days at the flight's destination. The correct answer is B. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA Regulations, specifically 14 CFR 135.63, a certificate holder, referring to an operator conducting operations under Part 135, must keep copies of completed load manifests for a period of 30 days. These load manifests contain important information about the weight and balance of the aircraft, as well as details of the cargo and passengers on board. The certificate holder is required to keep these copies at its principal operations base or at another location used by the operator, as long as it has been approved by the administrator, the FAA. It is important to note that the manifest should be readily accessible for inspection by authorized FAA personnel during the specified retention period. 8008, which is not a required item on the load manifest. A. List of passenger names and the weight of each. B. Aircraft registration number or flight number. C. Identification of crew members and their crew position. The correct answer is A. The load manifest is an important document used in aviation operations to record essential information about the weight and balance of the aircraft, as well as details of the cargo and passengers on board. While items B and C are required on the load manifest, item A, a list of passenger names and their weights, is not a mandatory requirement for the load manifest. However, it is important to note that the operator must have a system in place to determine and ensure that the weight and balance of the aircraft are within approved limits. This information is crucial for the safe operation of the aircraft, but it does not need to be included on the load manifest itself.